Hello and good evening from your Coalville Community Stadium. I'm Shaun Cashmore. Next to me today is the Breaks centre-back Jack Lane, and you join us for Leamington versus Coalville Town in the Southern League Premier Division Central. These two sides have of course met before, and when they met back in August last year, it was the first competitive encounter between the two sides since another humbling defeat back in 2007 when the Breaks were on the wrong end of a 4-0 scoreline. Down the years, Leamington have picked up 4 victories, 1 draw in a 2006 Cup game which Leamington won on penalties, and 3 defeats. As Leamington manager Paul Holleran ticked on to 700 games as the Breaks manager at the weekend, his Leamington side picked up all 3 points with a solid display against a faltering Hitchin Town who made it 13 competitive games without a win as the Breaks ran out 3-0 winners and ended a 3-match winless streak themselves. Today's opponents, Coalville Town, have already dished out the heaviest defeat Leamington have suffered this season when towards the beginning of this campaign the Breaks were humbled 5-2. Coalville are always in and around the playoff picture of this division, and last season were desperately unlucky not to gain promotion, and so far this campaign find themselves 10th, 12 points off the playoff places in 5th that Leamington currently occupy, and still with tough games against the likes of Telford and a double header against second place Mickleover. Evans, with this long throw that he dispatched at the weekend, will wind one up from this left-hand side, and long it goes into the area. Barnett climbs, doesn't quite win it, comes out to Evans, who'll have a go. Evans deflected, just wide. Great strike from Evans, took the throw in, picked up the rebound on the volley, and it cannoned off the number 14, I think, of Pennant, and was only half a yard wide, Jack.
Yes, it might be the number 6, but it was no Curzon Ashton, was it? They were very unlucky. It was a great angle from where we were, probably only a couple of yards wide.
Coalville try and spring away on that left-hand side and then lay it across to the number 14 over on this side, which is Pennant. Pennant stands up Quainer. Pennant into the area. Pennant just brought down on the edge before he made tracks into the area. Quainer hung a leg out, a little bit clumsy, looked like a free kick to me, and it'll be the free kick that Coalville will have about a foot outside the penalty area, just about 3 or 4 yards right of centre. Callum Hawkins has lined up his wall. It's a 4-man wall in front of him. Landers, Clark, Quainer and Street make it up, and Dooku stands over this. He'll have a go left-footed, swings it towards the top corner, and it is fantastic. Right into the top corner by Leighton and Dooku. Hawkins couldn't get anywhere near it, and Coalville steal an early lead here at your Coalville Community Stadium. It's Leamington 0, Coalville Town 1.
Yeah, cracking finish. Can't really say a lot about it. It looked like it was in the top corner from where we are, and we are at a very good angle, I must say.
Callum Hawkins was at full stretch scrambling across to try and get up there, but he couldn't get near it, and Coalville take the lead in this game that Leamington very much need the points from to stay in the playoff picture. So we get back underway. Coalville work it in towards the Leamington half. Coalville hold it up on the bench. Street tries to come across, but they work it in towards the area. Snapshot blocked by Quainer. Street clears his lines. Leamington again just leaving a little too many gaps at the back. Barnett tries to collect the loose ball and hold it up. He can't. Coalville work it forward on the left-hand side again. It's going to be McGlinchley. McGlinchley just infield tries to feed it in towards Berridge. Berridge has come deep, one towards the edge of the area. He'll try and get his shot off. Hawkins has to get down and tip it round the post. Well, it was really good running by Berridge again. He picked it up from deep, did Timothy Berridge, rode a couple of challenges, got to the edge of the area, didn't strike his shot cleanly, but it's still, Hawkins had to get down and turn it round the post.
Yeah, luckily Hawkins was alert, but they are driving very well. They look to be driving at us, and it's causing us all sorts of problems at the minute.
Corner's going to be worked in from Landers on the right-hand side. Landers swings it up towards the head. Barnett climbs, and it's tipped over the bar. Well, I think it came off Callum Stewart. Callum Stewart was stood right in front of the goalkeeper. Barnett headed it goalwards. Looked like it might be nestling in. Stewart decided to try and help it on and flick it goalwards, and he flicked it over the crossbar. Coalville give it away towards Meredith though. Meredith over halfway he comes, just tries to assess his options, uses Landers right in front of Paul Holleran. Landers tries to ride the first challenge and just scamper away from his man. Not much on for him, into the feet of Williams. Clark over the top towards Stewart. Stewart just tried to flick it infield towards Landers. Landers has a go, it's cannoned off the face of Carter. Great block, Williams will pick it up on the edge, and then Walker's just brought down just on the edge of the penalty area. Well, they're complaining of the Leamington players. They're saying that it was inside the box, or at least on the line. It looked like it was just outside to me. Potentially the contact carried on inside the box, but I think Adam Walker was running at full pace. I think he took the contact just on the edge of the box, and then his fall took him in towards the penalty area. Either way, Leamington will have a free kick in a very dangerous position. Callum Stewart seems to be lining up that laser focus as well. So it is going to be Callum Stewart. It's unusual because Landers will usually have a go at these, but instead it's Stewart. It's off the wall. It wasn't a great free kick at all. It hit the wall at mid-height and it hit their captain Doyle Charles, and they clear their line, and now they try and counter. On this right-hand side they come. Berridge has got support. Still Berridge goes alone on the left-hand side. Will he use the support now? It's a snap shot, but it's easily collected because it took a deflection, and Callum Hawkins will try and get Leamington quickly on the counter. Great distribution. Just missed the head of Barnett, but he'll collect the loose ball. Barnett over halfway, looks for the space. Quayner's got plenty of grass in front of him. Quayner doesn't use it, gets the early ball in towards Barnett again. Barnett heads it down to Stewart. It's 1-1. It's Callum Stewart again. The offside flag stays down. Quayner had space to run into, but he decided against it. The first time ball in towards Tyrone Barnett. Barnett climbed, headed it down into the path of Callum Stewart, who took the contact from keeper Paul White, but also, and most importantly, put the ball in the back of the net. It's Leamington 1, Coalville Town 1.
Ever so brave. We've talked about him before defending, but he's done ever so well there because he took a right clattering.
So, Leamington 1, Coalville Town 1. And again, like we've seen previously this season, it's brave from Callum Stewart to put his body in where it hurts to make sure he gets Leamington on the score sheet. But still, Coalville Town have possession. They work it infield, in towards McGlinchley, Pepe and Goma. Back towards McManus, who angles one deep in towards the Leamington area. Headed away by Street, collected by McGlinchley again. On this left-hand side now is Putman. Putman gets his cross in towards the far post where two are arriving. Evans had to get his head to it, only as far as Pennant. Pennant lined up the strike, but Stewart was back there doing his defensive duties well. Now Pittman has a go, fielded away by Hawkins. Meredith clears the danger at the second attempt. It was a good save by Callum Hawkins, had to get down to it as Pennant sent the drive in, and then Dan Meredith was there just to help out and make sure that the ball was cleared away from danger, as Callum Hawkins couldn't hold on to the snapshot that came in from Pennant. There's a little shoulder bump and continued conversation, shall we say, as they carry on at it verbally inside the penalty area, and the referee has got eyes on. Landers swings it in towards the heads, headed by Evans, and it's just off the line, I think. Well, everyone stopped. Time seemed to stand still as Evans headed it goalwards, and it came off a Coalville Town player and just went behind for another corner that Landers will take and can reload from the right-hand side.
It's a menacing four, though, to attack the ball. We've got Big Rob, obviously, Jack, Tyrone. Is it Theo in there now?
Landers will deliver again. Again, it's a good delivery towards the far post. Street heads it goalwards. Can Stewart keep it in play? No, he can't. It's more up and off the top of the crossbar, but I think Stewart had kept it in play from the ball going out from a heavy Theo Street header. He had to sort of stoop behind him to meet, and now we're going to have another stoppage in play. 85 minutes on the clock, and in comes Will Sharrock. I think it took him probably a couple of games to get going.
It did, yeah. He's done well with a good run of games. He's a player that breeds on confidence. He's a lovely lad and a very talented player.
Barnett to the edge, falls towards Edwards, tipped away, not collected. Smith then back into his arms. Well, Edwards just couldn't quite get the strike as he wanted it, and then as it looped away, White didn't grab it at the first opportunity and then managed to pick it up at the second attempt, and Coalville escape. Hawkins into the area, deep, headed away by Coalville. Is there a chance for Leamington to recycle and get it back in? Street collects, Meredith collects, sends it high up into the evening sky, up towards the edge of the box. Edwards wins the flick on into the feet of Street. Street, bit of a heavy touch. Leamington needs to get it in the box. Street sends the cross in, straight into the gloves of White, the keeper for Coalville, and that is the last action of this game. And Leamington just couldn't find the cutting edge in this second half. It's finished here. Leamington 1, Coalville Town 1. Both goals came in the first half. The first was a delightful free kick from the boot of Laken and Dooku into the top corner that Callum Hawkins couldn't get anywhere near to keep out. However, though, in the first half, Leamington managed to draw level, courtesy of Callum Stewart and courtesy of his 19th goal of the season for the 22-year-old. Leamington went into the break one apiece with their opponents, Coalville Town, and in the second half, both of these teams tried to snatch a winner, but the game never really got going in the second half, I think it's fair to say. But thank you again for joining us. It's finished at your Coat Community Stadium in the Southern League Central Division. Leamington 1, Coalville Town 1.
Paul, a frustrating draw today. Your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, it's frustrating because you want to be trying to win your home games, but you can't lose sight that what a good side they are. We've seen it firsthand earlier on this season when they sort of took us apart. I thought it took us a while to get going. Great piece of individual skill by their boy to put them 1-0 up. But then from about 15 minutes onwards, first off, we really clicked in then. And that was probably our best spell in the game, that 25-minute spell from 20 to 45, where we've played with a lot of purpose, picked up a lot of balls in the middle of the park, got in them spaces between the deep line midfield players and the two centre halves. Lots of good crossing in the box, lots of good set plays. And listen, just some poor finishing, good defending, good blocks, good goalkeeping. Probably kept us from going ahead, really. Second half, sort of not a lot happened, really, I don't think. I think both sort of defensive units were on top. We've had a couple of chances again late on in the game. I think the best one was the movement when I think Whitey saved it with his foot from Tyrone's header, and then Theo's one. Listen, we've had the chances to win the game, but it was a good high quality game in terms of non-league scenario. And sometimes you have to take a step back and look at the players they've got on the pitch. They're a good side, and I thought we've ticked a lot of boxes tonight in terms of our leg work, our application, our energy, and lacked a little bit of quality at times, but there's a lot of things we did right. And another night in this division, we win that game. It hasn't quite happened tonight. But listen, every point's important. Listen, we want to keep winning, obviously, but and winning home games. But it's another point on the board against a good side. They were a threat all night, So we put the point on the board and we recover Thursday, get ready for Redditch on Saturday.
You mentioned Redditch. We've got 2 games coming up in the next 7 or so days against 2 teams who play on 3G, having both good seasons. One Redditch in the league, one Racing Club Warwick. Looking forward to both of those.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, the Redditch obviously non-league day, so I'm sure that'll be a good occasion. They've had a great season, Redditch. We got well beaten there early on this year, and deservedly so. Yeah, obviously, be a good occasion. How we've been applying ourselves recently, we've got to go there and do that. I think it'll be very similar to tonight, same pitch in Saturday. There won't be much in it, fine margins. But what we are doing in all these games is creating chances. We are creating opportunities. We're looking at threat from balls coming into the box, and you've just got to sort of hope that probably percentage-wise, a higher percentage goes in the back of the net than maybe it did tonight. So and then obviously the Warwick game. We'll get through Redditch first, but that's one to we'll try and deal with. I'm a bit bewildered why, in this competition, why Warwick aren't playing a Coventry or Villa, and we're not playing the other side, because that's the whole idea of this competition. But there you go. We'll deal with that. It's a tough schedule for us at the moment. So fully focused now on Redditch. We'll take the pluses out tonight, and there's plenty of pluses tonight. Defensively again, we were very solid. We've limited Callum, shots on our goal again, very limited. I thought, when Quine's got a grip of the right side, boy did well. Then the 2 centre halves, middle of the park, were good in there again. I thought Tyrone worked tireless again and got us up the pitch, and we looked a threat for Mountain. So lots of pluses. We'll bring them into Saturday, and it's like that. To be fair, if you've only got to look at there's seven league games. They all look good games, whether it's Redditch or Halesowen or Telford or Sudbury, whoever. It's going to be, and that's what you want. You want the game. You want games that mean something. So there's something to look forward to, and there'll be, as I said the other week, there'll be lots of twists and turns, I'm sure, on the running. We've just got to look after ourselves, and I'm sure we'll endeavour to do that.